This program is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to treat, diagnose, or cure any illness. Please speak with your doctor when starting a new health program.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wellness Talk. This is George Batista, your health and nutrition advocate. Glad you guys can be with me this week. Wellness Talk, as always, is a show that goes over the latest in health and healing and nutrition. We take the mystery out of supplements and show you exactly how to use them the proper way. And just try to give you some overall tips so you can take responsibility for your health, because that's kind of the theme of this show. And this way you can live a longer, healthier life. So hope you guys had a great week and hope you are all healthy out there. Just some announcements, a couple of things. As always, you can go to platinumnutritionals.com for any articles we put up there. By the way, I don't put all, I put up tons, we populate tons of stuff on there, but we don't go over every article. So you're free to browse through and check it out. But also Facebook, you can check out Facebook because we post a lot of that stuff there as well, and there's some interaction going on there. We've also have a new membership Patreon site that we've started for those of you who would love to support the show and want to, keep us going and help us out on the support side. There's a couple of memberships there. The first one is a $5 membership if you just want to, help and support the show, and you like what you hear and you want to hear more of it, would love to have your support on that. And also, if you guys have suggestions on things you want to hear about, I'd be happy to go over that stuff with you as well. The second, that's our wellness support, our wellness level 1. And then we've got a wellness level 2 on the Patreon site as well. That's a $15 membership, and that's a little more exclusive. This is where I'm going to be putting together some exclusive content for those members, and this is going to be stuff regarding specific conditions I'm going to be talking about, and what tips and strategies you can use and supplements you can use to deal and manage with specific conditions. So this is going to be exclusive podcasts and exclusive courses that I'm going to be putting on that site. So if you guys are interested in getting more specific things, and you're looking for help on that front, if you can afford it, check it out. Because again, it's the $15 a month level, because not only you're supporting the show, but you're also, you're kind of a little bit more of an exclusive club there as far as the information that you're getting. But, really, really ramping up for those of you who really want to take responsibility for your health. And again, obviously no obligation. If you guys just like the show and you like what I talk about and you just want to hear it every week, then absolutely, again, I appreciate you guys, however you're listening, always appreciate you guys coming on and checking us out. And again, my job is to kind of give as much value to you guys as possible so you can kind of do what I did and what I've helped a lot of people do, and that's take control. So anyway, those are our announcements for this week. Appreciate all you guys. Now, just a couple of things we're going to go over this week. The first thing we're going to go over is the secrets to choosing the right multivitamin. I get a lot of questions, and even from friends and family, I get a lot of questions on how, where do I get my multivitamin? What am I looking for? And it's a big question because people think that multivitamins are all the same, and they're not. So if you guys are definitely want to know exactly what we look for in a multivitamin, what are the things you guys should be looking for, anything that could be harmful, definitely listen on to this, because I think you guys will get some great value out of this. And I think, you want to choose the right things that will help you. Okay. So I'm going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about why vitamin C is the muscle of the immune system. Those of you, who have listened to the show know that I am a big proponent of vitamin C to keep the immune system optimal. And So especially in these days, we need to keep our immune system as optimal as possible, because the immune system at the end of the day is the only game in town. And an optimal immune system, with the right nutrients, as powerful as it can pretty much get rid of anything. Okay. So we're going to talk about vitamin C, and this is an article from Thomas Levy, Dr. Thomas Levy, who was a cardiologist, but he is also one of the foremost experts in the world on vitamin C. So we're going to talk about that. So we're going to give you some good tips and good bombs today, right? All right, guys. So let's start off. We're going to start with the secrets to getting or taking a good multivitamin, what you should look for in a multivitamin. So let's go over this first of all. So just a couple of things ahead of time. So, I advocate for everyone. I think every single person needs to be on a multivitamin, period. There's no, it's just, because again, it's just pretty much impossible this day and age to get all your nutrition from food. Okay, to get it to the optimal level. I'm not saying that you can't get vitamins and minerals from food. I'm saying to get the optimal levels of nutrition that you need so things don't start to break down. It's nearly impossible to do that just with diet alone, even if you have a supreme diet. And how many people do we know actually have a supreme diet, right? It's a very small percentage of people that actually have a supreme diet. So I say basics is multivitamin, at least a multivitamin. Okay, the multivitamins, especially a good multivitamin, they're not that much money, but it's something you should put in your budget because you absolutely need it, and it can mean the difference between something breaking down and not breaking down. It's that simple. Okay, so what are the things that we look for in a multivitamin? So first of all, if you're going okay, put it this way. A lot of people that I've worked with, even a lot of people, friends and family that I have worked with as well, they think that just going to their nearest pharmacy and looking at a bottle that says multivitamin and grabbing it and taking it home and start taking it, they think that that's the best way to, the best way to go. And I can tell you that it's not, because a few reasons. Number one, a lot of those multivitamins that are from companies that are from huge companies that are very, big in manufacturing, they don't deal with quality. Okay, their goal is to manufacture as many multivitamins as possible and get them out to the stores, to get them out to the pharmacies, get them out to, the Costco's and the Walmarts of the world. Okay, and to sell as many as they can, and they sell them cheap. The problem is that the way those multivitamins are made is with very cheap ingredients. Okay, very cheap ingredients. And the problem is, if you're going to spend money on a multivitamin every month, right? Why not spend it and get the best bang for your buck and make sure that you're getting the best optimal nutrients, right? Think about it. Okay, you don't want to just waste money, right? What do they call it? Expensive urine, right? Well, we don't want that. So, first things to look for. So when you get your multivitamin, one of the easiest ways to determine that your multivitamin contains quality ingredients is the form of B12. Look at B12. So this is what I recommend everyone do. When you're shopping for a multivitamin, first thing you want to do, and I know it's going to be a little tedious because you got to look at the back and actually look at the label in that multivitamin and say, is this quality? But again, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. You're going to look at the label. You're going to look at B12. And you're going to see most multivitamins in when it's on the label, it's going to have parentheses next to each ingredient. The parentheses is going to tell you what form that vitamin is in. So it's going to tell you what form the B12 is in. It's going to tell you what form the calcium is in. It's going to tell you what form the magnesium is in. That is huge, because you want to know what form, because the form that it's in, that's in that multivitamin, is going to make a difference whether it's absolutely absorbed properly or not. It's that simple, okay? So you're going to look at B12. Now, why is B12 important? Because B12 is essential for energy production. It's essential that that you're using the bioavailable forms of B12 so they can be absorbed in the body and used for energy. B12 is also used for detoxification. You want proper detoxification, right? So the low quality B12 in a multivitamin, when you look at the parentheses, is going to be called cyanocobalamin. Okay, again, it's cyanocobalamin. Okay, if it reads cyanocobalamin, put it back on the shelf. This is the type of B12 that is not absorbed well, and that actually, when it's detoxified, okay, because remember, vitamins do go through a changeover in your system. They go through kind of a detoxification by your liver. When it's detoxified in your system, and it's actually detoxified as it produces a molecule of cyanide, okay? You do not want that because it consumes energy, okay? And that actually affects your energy production. Now, I'm not saying that, if it produces enough cyanide to kill you, it's not that big of a cyanide boost that you're going to get. But it does form a molecule of cyanide, and then it needs to be metabolized, which again uses energy. Okay, so you don't want that. So the form you're looking for is methylcobalamin or adenosylcobalamin. Okay, that is what's called the coenzyme form of B12. Those are the forms that are readily absorbed and easily used for energy production. Okay, and these are the forms of the B12 you also find in food. Okay, very, very important. So look for those on your label. Okay, now if the vitamin label does not contain what form of B12 it is, you can assume that it's a low quality form, and I would put that right back on the shelf. Don't even think about it. Okay, so again, B vitamins are coenzyme forms. They're called coenzymes because they partner. Once you get them in your system, they actually attach to enzymes, okay? And they actually activate those enzymes so things can happen in your system. That's how B vitamins work, okay? Again, B vitamins work with your brain. They work with your heart. They work with your energy. They work with detoxification, all right? So if you want to feel more energy when you're taking your multi, you want to feel the difference, you have to take those forms of B vitamins, especially the coenzyme form of B12. Another thing to look for is the form of folate. Now, many B vitamins, you'll see folic acid. Okay, if you see folic acid in there, it's a synthetic form of B9, which is, again, it's a B vitamin. It is not well utilized by the body. Okay, now part of the issue is that many people have what's called a genetic polymorphism. Okay, doctors don't test for this a lot, but what this is many people, including my wife, cannot convert B vitamins properly when B vitamins enter their system. Okay, this is a problem when it comes to detoxification. This is a problem when it comes to dealing with cognitive decline or whatever the case may be, specifically detoxification. Okay, so you need the active form of these things. Again, the active form of B12 and the active form of folate in order for those things to bypass that methylation process and get into the system. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. Okay, it's called a genetic polymorphism, and some people have it, some people don't. My wife is one of those that has that, so she needs to always take the active absorbable forms of B12 and folic acid. So the highest quality of folic acid or folate, it's actually called folate. You'll see it as either folate or tetrahydrofolate acid. Okay, that is the form that is already active and is ready to go. Okay, so make sure you look at that. Also, another thing, be aware of cheap minerals. When we talk about minerals, we're talking about calcium. Okay, minerals are important for bone health. They're important for relaxation. Okay, but calcium and magnesium are two minerals that you want to make sure that you have, the proper forms. The cheap forms of calcium that you will see on that label are calcium carbonate, calcium oxide, or calcium gluconate. These forms of the calcium are not readily used by the body, number one, and they may actually not get into the bones where they should be, and actually get into other parts of your body, causing calcification buildup. That's number one. Second thing is this form of calcium also uses up precious antioxidants. Okay, same thing with magnesium. Okay, look at magnesium. If it says magnesium oxide, do not take it. Okay, why? Magnesium oxide is very, very, very. It has a very low absorption rate in your system, and that actually, if you take a lot of magnesium oxide, you'll end up going to the bathroom because it does have a laxative effect. So do not take magnesium oxide. You're not getting much out of that. Okay, your body needs 400 milligrams of magnesium per day. Your body needs 1,200 milligrams of calcium. Okay, you got to make sure you're taking that. So what are the highest forms? When you're looking at calcium, you want things like coral calcium. Calcium citrate is also highly absorbable. Okay, but those are the best forms of calcium that you want to look for. Okay. Now, magnesium absorption into the cells is very tricky because movement of magnesium into the cells is performed by a pump, which requires magnesium itself to fuel the process. Okay. So the best efficient way to get magnesium into cells is for it to hitch a ride on an easily absorbed nutrient as it moves into the cell. So if you can attach magnesium and they found, by the way, if you can attach magnesium to an amino acid, okay, when you take in this magnesium with the amino acid, it actually absorbs very, very well into your system. Okay, so one of the things you want to look for is magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate. And by the way, if you have to listen to this 100 times, go right ahead because this podcast is not going anywhere. So if you just want to write these down again, magnesium glycinate, magnesium malate. These forms are attached to other nutrients to help your body recognize the magnesium, take it in very, very quickly, this way bringing your magnesium level up. Okay? So those are just some tips, but those are the highest or the most important things to look for in a multivitamin. There's many other things too, but I think these are the ones because these are the most important, especially the B vitamins, especially the magnesium. The magnesium deficiency is horrible right now. It's a huge problem in society. Again, if you're not, getting at least 400 milligrams of magnesium per day, you're deficient. Keep in mind that magnesium is responsible for over 400 enzyme reactions in your body. So it's got to help perform 400 functions. Okay, so if you don't have enough magnesium, your body's going to ration it to the most important things to make sure that you stay alive. And the other things, not so much, right? So anyway, just check your labels when you're taking your multivitamins or when you're looking for a multivitamin. Again, as always, I recommend the Wellness Resources multivitamin because this was carefully done with specific exact forms that are highly absorbable. It's called the Daily Energy Multivitamin. That's the one that I take daily. And I've been, one I recommend to people I've worked with throughout the years, friends and family, and I trust it more than any other multivitamin. And by the way, you get a good energy boost with it as well. So anyway, yeah, you can get that at myvitaminresource.com if you want to check out the Daily Energy Multivitamin. It is a fantastic, and trust me, you will feel the difference. Next, from Dr. Thomas Levy, why vitamin C is the muscle of the immune system. So let's talk about vitamin C and why we need vitamin C. Okay, first of all, for whatever reason, mainstream media does not like to talk about vitamin C. We don't know why. When you look at the medical textbooks, vitamin C is mentioned one time. And I'm talking about to this day, even though vitamin C has been used for 100 years to deal with every condition you can think of. And I'm not just talking about vitamin C orally. I'm talking about intravenous vitamin C. Okay. So for whatever reason, nobody wants to deal with vitamin C, okay, which we all need. So the only reference in the medical textbooks is how it cures scurvy, okay, which you don't need that much to cure scurvy, okay, because scurvy was pretty much taken out many centuries ago when they gave sailors who were dying of scurvy when they gave them citrus fruits, and that's how they got their vitamin C up, and they lived. That's why many of those sailors are called limeys, okay, because they were eating limes, okay. So anyway, but that's kind of the history of it. But why is vitamin C the key? Okay, because vitamin C strengthens the immune system and improves the ability to achieve goals that you would not believe when it comes to all types of disease. Okay, it is one of the premier antioxidants circulating through the body, and well, let me go over just some of the things that it does. And vitamin C enhances antibody production. Okay, we're talking about from the B lymphocytes and those types of immune cells. It enhances interferon production. Interferon production is a major process in your system when it comes to dealing with disease. It enhances phagocytic function. Now, phagocytes are cells that are scavenger cells that actually go out and eat pathogens. Okay, so it enhances that. It enhances T lymphocyte function. Okay, it enhances B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte proliferation, enhanced natural killer cell activity, this is where you start getting into anti-cancer, okay, especially with enhanced natural killer cell activity. It enhances prostaglandin formation. We also know prostaglandin formation from omega-3 fatty acids, and I've talked about it on this show, where fish oil also enhances prostaglandin series 1 and 3, which is what helps immune cells and helps everything from your heart to your lungs. And vitamin C enhances nitric oxide production. Now, what is nitric oxide? Nitric oxide is the gas that is inside your blood vessels that actually helps those vessels dilate. If your nitric oxide is low, which actually it gets lower as the older you get, your blood vessels become stiff because they cannot dilate well. They're not as flexible enough. This is where you start getting into stiff arteries and stiff blood vessels and these types of things. Okay, so red blood cells have roughly the same concentration of vitamin C as the surrounding plasma. Heart cells and kidney cells, which are very metabolic active cells, have about 13-fold more vitamin C than the plasma. Okay, think about that. All right, so vitamin C is very, very important. Now, why is it? Okay, why is vitamin C such a lifesaver? Because whenever inflammation develops, oxidative stress is increased. Okay, that's the root of all illness, really, is oxidative stress, which causes inflammation. Okay, why does this cause inflammation? Because the cells that are become inflammatory have lost an electron. Okay, we're going back to basic, chemistry and biology, right? They've lost an electron. Vitamin C comes in, and vitamin C donates the electron back to the cell, making it a healthier cell again. Extremely important. Okay. Now, donation of electrons at the molecular level, which is the ultimate positive impact of any therapeutic protocol, is the antioxidant effect. You always want more electron donation and less depletion. And vitamin C, while, not only a good antioxidant you can supplement with, but it performs this electron donation flow better than anything else available. Okay? It literally kills what's next to it. And the first thing it does is stops the inflammation by donating the electrons. Okay? That's what it does. And it's better at doing that than any other antioxidant known to man. That's how powerful it is, okay? When you have inflammation, the first cells that come to deal with that inflammation contain 80% of the vitamin C in your body. And this is why, and I talked about it a couple of shows ago, this is why if you're sick, if you're dealing with a virus, bacteria, or whatever it is, you need to maintain a steady flow of vitamin C in your body. Because that's what your body uses, and your body depletes it very quickly when you are dealing with a pathogen, whatever the pathogen is. Hint, hint. Okay? Vitamin C, extremely important in this process. So again, I take vitamin C, 4,000 milligrams a day. You guys can take whatever it is right for you. All right. But remember, keep vitamin C flowing through your system. And when you're sick, you need more. Keep that in mind. Okay. So just some tips to help you guys out this week. I hope you guys get a lot out of this information. Hope this brings you value, and I hope you continue to support this channel. Again, if you wanna support this channel, go to platinumnutritionals.com. You'll see the site that says Become a Patron, and click on that, and you guys can decide if you want to help support the channel, whether it's $5 or $15. I'm gonna be coming out with some really fantastic courses and fantastic exclusive content regarding all types of conditions. So if you guys want to check that out, come on board with us. Happy to have you there. All right. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Hope you stay healthy. Hope you stay happy. And as always, take responsibility for your health. See you next time, guys. Take care.